Hello everyone, here is Ying and Feng Huiya. We are presenting our assessment 2. There are 4 parts of our presentation. The first part, we would like to introduce our group member. The second part, we would like to talk about the theme of our presentation. The third part, we would like to quote some theories which our presentation based on. The last part is to show how teachers apply these theories in teaching, learning, and evaluating students' abilities. Now we go to the part 1, group members. Here is Ying, who is in charge of explain the mode of classroom-based assessment. And this is Feng Huiya, who is in charge of explain the mode of traditional assessment. Now we go to the theme of our presentation. Teachers should adjust teaching and learning according to psychological characteristics of students in different stages of development. In this presentation, we use a case which includes some chapters of the course: interpersonal relationship. We use this case in order to explain the transformation of traditional method to classroom assessment. Teachers design the teaching method which based on individual development theories. The third part is theoretical basis. We could see the main method of our presentation we based on connective development theory, which application of the developmental thesis in teaching and learning. Also, we based on Azubel's theory. The bottom level is ability to remember facts without necessarily understanding, such as collect, define, describe, find, identify, list, memorize, name, outline, etc. We could see the higher level concerns the ability to understand and interpret learned information, such as clarify, contrast, convert, decode, which we will present in later slides, illustrate, and so on. The fourth part, we would like to show how teachers apply these theories in teaching, learning, and evaluating students' ability. We could see this slide that in traditional assessment system, teachers focus on checking on attendance, final exams, assignments. There are contents low level. For example, in traditional class, teachers design some exams to detect students recite the fact without necessary understanding, Also, in some assignments, teacher designs some task which students use the ability to interpret learned information. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Ying, my partner, to describe how to apply the developmental theories in modern class.
Today we have already had a traditional evaluation class. Now we change another style to have the same contents. Today our theme is personal relationships to freshmen. We have 3 parts of our class. Except with the traditional class, we start our class with a game. In this warm game, students do not know each other. They form 10 groups to play the game. They group 2 circles and they introduce themselves and change a person one by one. Repeat the steps twice and then finish the game. With this interesting game, students warm up with each other and then they can discussion how do they feel about the end with their own experience and own concept. Then teachers can introduce the theme of our class. Then students should think about and talk about how is their relationship with others and the closeness of the relationship between they and others. With their individual experience, they can have own discuss. After the discussion, teachers can make them to choose the picture that what is the relationship between they and his classmates, family members, best friends, and other relationships, and choose the picture that the best match their current interpersonal relationship. After the choose, they may have their own think. 2 people's relationship from non-relationship to intimate is a long, complex process. After the activity and discussion, students can get the conclusion by themselves. Good social relationships are beneficial to their physical and mental. Then, in the class, we use a video to interest them. Then we can tell students establish an interpersonal relationship has many phases, many stages. And then ask them to recall how did they attract each other at first. They may have their own experience. And they can choose the factors affecting interpersonal attraction and put the important to unimportant. Then teachers can start the second game. Join hands in a group and quickly say the qualities they value is the most in interpersonal communication. Everyone may have their own choice. After the game, students will introduce the concept of physical, psychological effect in interpersonal relationships. Because students has already previewed the knowledgement advanced, so in this part we can teach quickly. On the second part, we should learn about interpersonal troubles of college students and courses they may care about this part. Then we can start our third game. I said, you draw. After this game, students can compare their draw and find everyone has his own comprehension with the same requirement. So every individual is different. Then I will introduce the concept of ego, especially the interpersonal relationship with their dormitory. They are more intimacy relationship. They can have more discussion and share. Then in psychological class, we can have examination with their dormitory interpersonal self-examination. After the examination, they may get a conclusion. Then has their interpersonal communication object. In the last part, I will introduce personal relationship improvement guide. After the first part and the second part, they can have their own concept and learning about how to communicate and attract with other people. In this part, we will use the theory of Drew Harris window, this theory, to let them know open self can make them has more friends. We use pictures to compare, to show, and make them interesting. After this class, we can get the conclusion that traditional curriculum use exams, questions, assignments to evaluate students. Students cannot use the knowledge and theory after class to their practice, to their daily relationship. But in current evaluation methods, teachers can observe and evaluate students in the class, can know students' attention, ability, and characters. In this class, we use more games, tests, discussions, and students can summarize the conclusion by themselves. This is the most important in our class. And students previewed knowledge advanced. So class performance can help teachers plan and effectively carry out teaching and learning activities and help students connect and old and new knowledge. The new class method shows the teacher's conclusion of students' personal development characteristics and influencing factors in the class using the understanding and application of cognition and in development theory and strengthening cognition in various activities. Assessment method is positive and a positive reward. Teaching in this way is more beneficial to students' all-round development and subsequent impact. That is my present. Thank you.